Hey everybody, this is Perch. It still cracks me up when somebody goes by in a car and like the muffler is all deliberately shot. So the car's like and the guy's like guys aren't making like look how much noise I'm making. And I always think it's like that car is driving down the road like I have a small dick. That's like nobody is sitting there going, damn, my car is so cool. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that the Bentleys all make a hell of a lot of noise. The one defining characteristic. Yeah, thank you. I can't say anything. Of a good Porsche, a six-figure Porsche, is the way the muffler has a hole in it, so it just like screams its way down the road. I like how Teslas have this button on there that allow you to turn on annoying tiny penis my muffler is bad mode. Imagine if it did have that feature though. If you're in your Tesla and you hit a little button on the dash and it's like suddenly your car just starts spitting out, computer generated, not actual noise, but just audio files like that'd be hilarious. Anyway, I don't know. A lot of people doing crazy stuff. Like people sent me some screenshots lately of things that people are posting on Twitter. Bad shit, crazy stuff. Anyway, here's a mail controversy over Namor and Ariel because we're still dealing with that. So let's get to it. Hey Perch, I hope all is well, and I apologize in advance for the comment section, which will most likely end up being. I think people burned it out of their system. Ha ha ha, he says optimistically. My main issue with the complaints about things like Namor and Ariel is just how disingenuous so much of the criticism is. For all the people complaining, how many of them have really been buying Namor comics over the years? People really expect me to believe that they all feel this passionately about Namor? Same thing happened when Eternals came out. A dozen or so failed attempts at a solo series shows to me that there isn't any sizable level of fandom for them. They could introduce the Big Wheel, the Big Wheel is a character Spider-Man, as being piloted exclusively by black lesbians. And you'd find people making videos about woke SJWs ruining Marvel and comment sections full of people complaining about how they ruined their beloved character, the Big Wheel. Yeah, okay, you got a point. Absolutely. But it's more complex than that. I actually think you got to separate it out. But let me finish your mail and then we'll get to it. It says, as for Ariel, I'm sure most of us have seen the original movie at least once, but how many people would go see the live-action adaptation if they didn't have to go with kids, even if the actors were all white? I could sympathize a bit more if the complaints were coming from diehard Little Mermaid and Disney fans, but largely those people seem to be fine with it. I don't think that's true, by the way. A lot of diehard Disney fans seem pretty up in arms about it. So first off, I think there's a couple different things going on here. So with Ariel, I stand by what I said. I think the big issue there and why people are complaining is that the Ariel has been rendered and designed and showcased in merchandise and movies and music and T-shirts and comics and all kinds of different things as red-haired and white. That's what Disney has promoted and still promoting. If you go to to the Magic Kingdom and you go on the Ariel ride, and it's very end there's Ariel. You get a photo with Ariel. And Ariel is, you would be shocked to know this, Ariel is redheaded and white. The actress who plays her, the parade, all that kind of stuff, that's what they do. So, if somebody comes in and it's like, well, why does the movie character look different from the thing that they've been shoving in our face for 30 years? I don't think it's an irrational statement. Again, if the person is saying something like, I think all black people should be rounded up and made to, work in the fields. Yeah, that's racist. That's easy, right? That's racist. Sure. But I'm asking seriously, is it really that hard to tell the difference between somebody like, I don't like this black Ariel. That's not the Ariel that's all over my kid sheets and, the dolls that she has and everything else. That's confusing to me. That's person A. Person B, like, I won't watch any movie with a black person in it. They shouldn't be allowed to be in movies. Okay? That's racist. There's a world of difference between A and B. And I think people are very disingenuous around, like they know it's loose, but suddenly people become amazing mind readers. It's like, I know in your soul you're actually a racist. Oh, really? You do? So can you help our economy out by, looking into the minds of investors and then, investing our 401ks into stocks that are, must win because of your amazing telepathic abilities? Can you please help us all out here? Wouldn't quite work that way. Anyway, so I think that that's where a lot of that stems from. I do agree that a lot of people are like, not my Ariel. They weren't going to go see this movie. None of them are going to go to the movie theater and watch Little Mermaid. They all be afraid of being called a pedophile. Nobody's doing that. Now, Namor, I think, is slightly different. So I think I agree with part of what you said. I definitely agree that people weren't buying Namor in the stores, and that goes on a lot. People are like, oh, you're ruining my childhood. This is my favorite character. My favorite character, Alan Scott, Green Lantern. He's gay now, and they have ruined my favorite character. Well, I'm sorry. The sales of comics featuring Alan Scott do not indicate that Alan Scott is many people's favorite character. Just full stop. There is very little evidence to suggest that anyone was buying him in a comic. So y'all can talk about how this is your favorite character in the world. I think Namor is a good example. By the way, I saw one of the new trailers for Black Panther 2, the one where they basically show the Black Panther and it's clearly Shuri under the Black Panther suit. But they have Namor kind of float in, and he actually has his little wings on his ankles going crazy, just like fluttering like a madman. I think with Namor, yes, I think a lot of people are like, you ruined my favorite character. A little bit of bullshit. No, Namor is nobody's favorite character. But at the same time, I think that Namor has had a very established look and feel, kind of just like Ariel, for a very, very long time. And you can suddenly change him for the movie, but it's not irrational for fans to say, that's not the Namor I know. That's not the Namor I grew up with. I'm out. That's not an indication of racism. It's an indication of, hey, I came into comics and I wanted to feel certain things and I wanted to have certain experiences, and I did. I got those things, but is it worth anything? I think that question is an interesting one, and one that doesn't get asked a lot. I think that comics in general, there's a lot of things that kind of skate by, and it needs to be better. Anyway, yeah, there you have it. I think the whole thing just kind of remains a little stupid. But such is the world we live in. Anyway, thank you very much for the question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, and thanks for listening.